am so happy to be with you here this morning. We are doing a cooling off practice today, so exploring some yogic techniques that will help cool down the body. We'll be doing a few different types of pranayama today, and we know pranayama is such a powerful practice. Today we are going to use it not to heat the body, but to cool the body. We're going to get started today in a comfortable seat. Props optional today. I always like having just 2 blocks handy. You never know when there's going to be an intuitive moment to grab one. So let's go ahead and press play now on the playlist. Nice summertime flow today. I'm excited about this one. So you can begin today with an easy seated pose, crossing the legs, or otherwise we just want that nice, strong, tall spine and the hands resting face down or face up on the legs, whatever feels the most supportive. Again, emphasis to keep the spine straight. We're going to start by dropping in with a few deep and conscious breaths, allowing the breath to be the vehicle that brings us into the moment. And just as you sit and arrive, imagining a nice cool breeze just gracing over the skin. It's just like the breath of nature caressing you, cooling you down. And then one really big, deep breath that we'll share together across all of this space. Let's inhale. Pause at the top, maybe sipping in a little extra out the mouth. Lovely. Let's blink the eyes open. We're going to start with this little kundalini kind of dog panting breath that I love so much. It's a combination of breath of fire, which I feel like is pretty ubiquitous in the kundalini practice. But we're going to open the mouth just gently and then allow the tongue to drop out of the mouth as well. So you don't have to like extend the tongue out like with any effort like you would in lion's breath, say, where you're trying to extend that tongue out as far as you can. We're just sort of like, sorry, let the tongue relax out and allow it to be nice and broad, like increase the surface area of the tongue. That allows the air to pass over the tongue, and that also helps in this, like how this how this functions as a cooling technique. Cool. So we're going to allow the tongue to flap out of the mouth. We're going to inhale about half of the way and then start your breath of fire. So pushing that air out of the mouth. The inhalations are going to be involuntary, but as you feel like those automatic inhalations take place, you can feel that cooling breath sort of travel into the mouth over the tongue. Let's try this a few times together. I can't talk while I'm doing this, obviously, because my tongue is otherwise busy. Pushing that breath out from the pit of the stomach, you draw that part of the belly in with force, using those abdominals. 5, 4, 3, 2, One deep breath in through the nose. Stretch the arms up high. Exhale the right hand to the mat and reach your left arm over, space on the left side. Inhale both arms up to the sky. Left arm drops down and reach over into your side bend. Inhale, reaching up. And hands together in front of the heart. Let's set the hands down, face up or face down on the legs. We're going to do one more round. Take your time setting up. Mouth open, tongue flopped out, nice and wide. Breathing in halfway. And begin. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big breath in, reach up. Left hand this time first. Let it drop down. Take your side bend. Oh, yes. Roll your heart open, looking up. Inhale, both arms back up to sky. Right hand comes down, reaching over, and a little extra rotation in the heart, looking up. Inhale, reaching up. And hands to heart center, just to breathe naturally in and out of the nose. Feeling, listening, observing. Beautiful. From here, we're going to come on to hands and knees. We're going to props to the side or what have you. So in addition to sort of extending our cool down, we're going to keep that warm up, that on ramp into the practice nice and gentle, not to like spike any heat in the body or anything like that, building gently and gradually. We're going to start just with 3 rounds of cat-cow here. On your inhale, drop the belly, gradually draw the breath in. Think about like steadying, filling the body. And exhale again, evenly pressing the breath out from the belly as the chin comes to the chest and you round the spine. Slowly, gradually draw the breath in, nice and even. And then out the nose as you exhale, rounding the spine. We'll go one more time, nice and easy, scooping the heart forward. And rounding. So nice. Inhale to tabletop. Beautiful. Bringing the knees together. I'm going to flow here through kind of a dynamic flow between modified side plank and thread the needle. So hopefully that already you have a mental image of where we're going. I'm going to step the right foot back, and as I inhale, reach the right arm up to the sky. You can little kickstand swing your left leg out, opening up the heart. And as you exhale, bringing the knees back together, thread that right arm across the chest and set your head down. We're going to do 2 more of these. As you inhale, reaching up, stepping the right foot back. It's a little bit of balance practice here too. As you exhale, thread that arm through, bring the knees together. One more time. Right foot steps back, reach the right arm high. And exhaling the knees together, thread the right arm through. Beautiful. Now start to drop the hips back on the heels, taking this more into child's pose with the right arm threaded across the chest. We're going to take this a bit deeper into the shoulders, threading the left arm now across as well on top of the right arm. Letting your forehead rest down. Feel your tail nice and heavy on your heels. Deep breaths. Feel the hips opening, the low back spreading, the spine lengthening, shoulders releasing, neck, jaw, scalp, everything lets go. One more breath here. Now to rise up from here, I want you to feel the tops of the feet and the shins on the mat. We're going to rise up by pressing the tops of the feet into the mat, rising up to stand on the knees, sweeping the arms up to the sky. Beautiful. Reach the arms high. And then exhale, hands through heart center. Let's bring the hands back down to the earth. Tabletop. Beautiful. When you're ready, left foot's going to step back to modified side plank. Inhale, reach your left arm up. On your exhale, slowly back to center, threading the needle. Beautiful. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale, threading through. Once again, inhale, reaching up. Modified side plank. Woo. And exhale, threading through. Pausing just for a moment and thread the needle. And then sort of sliding, let the hips drop onto the heels. And thread the right arm across as well. Sort of like dragonfly variation of child's pose. Deep breath in. Full breath out, maybe out the mouth. Anytime you want to like cast heat out of the body with some force, just open your mouth for a nice ha breath. Beautiful. Now let's remember pressing into the tops of the feet, getting all the strength from there as you inhale, press up to stand on the knees, reach the arms up. Beautiful. And as you exhale, sitting back on the heels, hands at heart center. Lovely. Kneeling salutes. Again, pressing off the tops of the feet. And I want to show you what that looks like. So when I press off the tops of the feet, I'm able to rise up using the strength in the quads versus like hoisting myself forward and like scooping up. So we're using the strength of the legs to do this. When you're ready, on your inhale, pressing into the tops of the feet, reach the arms up as you rise to your knees, and exhale, hands to heart center as you sit back on the heels. Again, using that same amount of control, pressing into the tops of the feet. Inhale, rising up, pressing off the tops of the feet. Exhale, sitting slow, again, using the strength in the legs. Keep going. Lovely. Stay mindful of that connection, the tops of the feet and the earth. If you're doing it properly, you can really feel the work in the thighs. Let's go twice more. Next time we're going to rise up and hold. Reaching. As you exhale, tabletop. I'm going to face you for this one because I don't have a lot of room to do it the other way. Beautiful. Let's step the right foot out to the side. Think like gate pose. So this foot is going to be pointing forward. And on your inhale, reaching the right arm up in this nice open gate twist. Big open heart, looking up to the sky. As you exhale, bring that hand down. Bring the right knee in. Left foot steps out, same thing, into a nice gate stance. Inhale, left arm floats up. Awesome. Exhale that hand down. We're going to keep alternating side to side here. Right foot steps out. Big breath in as you reach. Beautiful. Keep the belly kind of hugging in towards the spine. We're going to do one more on each side. After you're done with that left side, just meeting in tabletop, we're going to tuck the toes. Take your time getting here. We're just going to go back to downward facing dog. Our first one. And come into nice steady breath. And as you inhale, imagine or just really think or focus on filling gradually and evenly with the breath as it flows in. Same thing with the breath out. Gradually and evenly emptying. And from down dog, I'm going to bend the knees, looking forward, take a walk or a big step up to the hands. Bend into the knees, let the head hang. Forward bends are so wonderful to like cool off. Inversions in general are just really great. Cycling that fluid around the body, moving the heat around the body, allowing it to disperse. I'm grabbing opposite elbows here, but you can do whatever you like. Let the hands like just hang and dangle like ragdoll style if you like. Let's bring the hands to the shins as we lengthen the legs and the spine, looking forward. Halfway lift. Exhale, bend the knees, fold back down. Rising on the inhale, reach the arms up. Maybe lifting the heels at the top of your reach. And exhale, hands to heart and heels to the mat. Pausing for a moment in Samasthiti, top of the mat, feeling the body. We're going to move through now some Shivananda salutes, and I always feel like these are sort of like the feminine alternative to our fiery sun salutations. They're a little bit more, I don't know, like chill and grounded, I guess you could say, while still like building heat and warming the body, keeping us nice and safe. So anytime we're going to pull in those lunar or feminine qualities is going to help us to cool and chill the heat in the body. So on the inhale, we're going to reach the arms up to the sky. As you exhale with soft knees, fold in half. Flat back as you lift your head and look forward. And then exhaling, step the right foot back. Runner's lunge and just tap that back knee down. Keeping the toes tucked. Breathe in as you look forward. Feel your heart opening a bit. You can use blocks under the hands here if you like. And then exhaling, we're going to step back to plank pose. So lift that back knee and step it back. Awesome. We're going to lower knees and then chest and chin to the mat. So lifting your seat, lower chest and chin. So you look like a little inchworm. Then inhale, sliding through for cobra. A little lift, firm legs. As you exhale, downward facing dog. Lift yourself up and back. Breathing with sound. Nice and steady. Beautiful. Inhale, your right leg lifts. Actually, it doesn't. Keep that foot down. Sorry. From down dog, we're going to look forward and step the right foot through the hands. Beautiful. Drop the back knee and inhale. Open your heart as you look forward. Exhaling, step forward and fold. Inhale, rise up, reach to the sky. Exhale, fold back down. Flat back, lengthen your spine. Exhale, the left foot's going to lunge back. Dropping the knee as you inhale, look forward. Exhale, plank pose. Here we go. Lowering knees, chest, and chin. If you don't like this, you can just lower down to the belly, of course. Inhale, flowing through for cobra, firm legs. Exhale, downward facing dog. Belly lifting in, nice steady breath with ujjayi. As you exhale, look forward, stepping left foot through the hands. Dropping the back knee, keeping the toes tucked. Breathe in. Exhale, stepping forward, fold. Inhale, rise up. At the top of the reach, maybe lifting your heels. And exhaling, heels to mat, hands to heart. Samastitihi, breathe. Let's do another round. Picking up the pace just a little bit. On the inhale, reach up. Move with your breath. Exhale, fold. Inhale, head lifts. Exhale, right foot lunges. Dropping the knee as you breathe in, look forward. Opening the throat. Exhale, plank pose. Taking it into knees, chest, and chin. Ashtanga pranayama. Inhale for cobra, sliding through. Exhale, downward facing dog. From down dog, looking forward, right foot steps up through the hands. Drop the back knee and take a breath in. Exhale, stepping forward into your fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, reach. Exhale, fold in half. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, left foot steps back. Dropping the knee, take a deep breath in. Exhale, plank pose, and ride that exhale either to the belly or through Ashtanga Pranayama. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward, facing dog. Beautiful. Exhaling, left foot steps up through the hands. Dropping the back knee, take a breath in. Exhale, stepping forward into your forward bend. Inhale, rising up, maybe lifting the heels as you reach. And Samastitihi, heels to mat, hands to heart. Drop back into the breath, nice and steady, nice and even as it flows in, nice and even as it flows out. Notice if you're perspiring, what's happening in the body naturally, just to cool it off. Nice work. On the inhale, we're going to reach the arms up. As you exhale, fold in half. Flat back, lengthen. Chaturanga, or you can just step back to down dog. You can skip the vinyasa if you want. We're going to meet in down dog. Beautiful. From your down dog, feet together. Inhale, the right leg lifts. Exhale, step through the hands for high lunge. Rising up. Beautiful. Now, as we're here, I'm asking you to remember Shitali pranayama, or sometimes called like taco tongue breath. It's cute. So either curl the tongue or purse the lips. Breathing in through your curled tongue or your pursed lips as you reach the arms back. Exhale out the nose as the arms reach back by your sides for power lunge. Breathe in Shitali. Out the nose, power lunge. Good. Through the mouth, reach up. Exhale out the nose, leaning forward. Twice more. Crescent lunge. And then reaching back last time, we're going to step forward to chair pose. Belly's lifting in, arms are reaching. Bring your hands to heart center. Take a breath in, exhale, twist to the right, tap your elbow. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twist left. Inhale back to center. 2 more on each side. Go with your breath. Twisting, exhale. Move with control. Back to center as you inhale, rise. Straighten the legs, reach up. And Tadasana. Beautiful. Turn this music down. Beautiful. So now we're going to be standing at the top of the mat for this fun little cooling off hack. Just starting to shake the body. We're going to go limb by limb. Let's start with the right arm. Shake, shake, shake. Almost like you're throwing the heat out of the fingertips. Excess energy. Left arm. Jiggle it. Whatever makes sense. And now both arms together. We'll save the legs for the second side. Pause in your mountain pose. Feel that in the arms. Little tingling throughout, that's energy being released, which helps cool. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold. Flat back as you lift your head. Step, jump, or float, chaturanga. Flowing through your vinyasa or skipping it. We'll meet back in down dog. From your dog, inhale, left leg lifts. Exhaling, step through for your high lunge. Reaching up. Getting ready for your Shitali pranayama. Pursing the lips or curling the tongue. Breathe in as you reach your thumbs back. Out the nose, power lunge. One more time. Reaching back. Chair pose. Step forward. Big toes are touching. Or you can even have a little space between the feet. Hands to heart center. Let's take a breath in. As you exhale, twist to the right. We're going to hold this twisted chair, Pavrita Utkatasana. You can stay here or take this into side curl. Three, two, and one. Back to center, keeping the knees bent, or you can fold if you need a little break, honor that. And then from your chair pose, you're going to bring the hands to heart center, breathing in and twisting to the left. Sustaining nice, deep, even breaths. For 3, 2, and exhaling, we fold. Letting that go. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold down. Rising as you inhale, reach your arms high. And hands to heart center. Coming into your Tadasana with the arms by your sides, thumbs spiraling out. We'll start by shaking the legs. Right leg. Kick and flick that leg. You can swing it around too at the knee. Whoop. Don't be afraid to get real forceful with it. Good. Left leg. Woo. A little bit more. Last bit of force at the end here. Tadasana. There's no way to shake both legs at the same time. I guess you could dance, but let's just ground for now. Breathing. Can't you feel that cooling sensation? It's almost like the heat just vibrates up and away from the skin. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold. Flat back, vinyasa, or just step back to down dog. Your choice entirely. And now from your down dog, dropping the knees, taking this into tabletop. Beautiful. So there's a lot of different theories about back bending and types of back bends and whether or not they generate heat in the body, or help to cool the body down by sort of like opening the chest up and allowing like kind of like heat to sort of like emanate away from the core of the body. So you could find a lot of different opinions about this. So we're just going to kind of keep our back bends a little easy does it today and like kind of grounded. That's just the plan. So from here, again, taking it into modified side plank. The right foot's going to step back. We're going to swing that left leg into a kickstand. Inhale your right arm up. Beautiful. Shift your weight forward as you float that back leg. Flexing the foot press out through the heel. Big reach through the arms. And then bending that back knee. Reach for the top of the foot and really, again, feel the force between the top of the foot and your hand. So it's like that same kind of key action that we did in those like kneeling salutes. Good. Open up your heart, look up to the sky. And then looking down first, we're going to come into tabletop with the right leg lifted. Just bring everything back to center. Bring the right knee in towards the nose. And then we're going to thread that leg across. Taking this into a cow face variation of child's pose. So the thighs are going to stack here. Right knee in front of the left knee. The heels can splay out to either side of the mat. And then just taking your time. Sit the hips back. Let your heart fold over your knees. Let your head hang. Feeling the hips open. This is absolutely so good for the low back. See if any like tension or pain there. I just feel like this spreads that space across the sacrum. It gives us so much relief and ease. And then check in with the breath for a few moments. Notice if you're breathing in nice and steadily and evenly. And same with the out breath. On your next breath in, pulling yourself forward. Take it back into tabletop with that right knee in towards the nose. And then sending that right leg up and back. Tuck the left toes, three-legged dog with the right leg up in the sky. Bend the knee, fan hip open. You can flip your dog here if you're feeling it. And we'll meet back in downward facing. You can flush through the vinyasa if you wish. And from down dog, again, we'll take it into tabletop. Stepping the left foot back. Modified side plank, reaching your left arm up. Shifting the weight forward, lift that back leg. Press out, flexing the foot. And then keeping that foot flexed, reach out, reach back for the top of the foot. And go for that back bend. As you exhale, very gently back to tabletop with the left leg lifted. Draw the knee into the nose. And then thread that leg across the other. Knees are going to stack as the heels go out to the side, sitting back in a little cow face leg variation of child's pose. A nice deep breath in, a full breath out. And if your hips aren't all the way back, it's fine to be like halfway or whatever works. You should feel this in the outer sides of the hip, kind of like a little bit like pigeon. Deep breaths all the way into your low back. Check in with the jaw and with the breath. On your breath in, pulling yourself forward into tabletop, left knee in, and then send it back. Tucking the right toes, three-legged dog, send that left leg all the way up to the sky, bend the knee, fan the hip open. Beautiful counter stretch for the hip flexor. You can flip your dog here if you wish. Take your time, but we're going to meet back in down dog. You can take a final vinyasa here if that's calling to you. And then we are going to meet in a comfortable seated position. So you can hop forward, land on your seat. So if you Google like cooling yoga poses, which I remember doing back in the day, the number one thing you're going to see is Baddha Konasana. I have to research like why this is the cooling yoga pose. I don't know if releasing the groin or the kind of folding through the low back helps to ease like the level of heat in the body. So I will look into that for you, but just for the sake of it's being like the cooling yoga pose, we're going to come into it. So we're going to hold on to the ankles, or you can hold onto the tops of the feet with the thumbs against the arches, and then peel the feet open like you're opening a book, right? And with straight arms, lift your heart, deep breath in, feel the spine growing out of the sits bones. And then leading with the heart, folding forward any amounts. And Another like key thing that is taught is to spread the elbows out so they can press against the insides of the leg or they can slide to the front of the shins. And even as you do that, you can bring the elbows to the fronts of the shins and then sort of like pressing the elbows against the shins. Encourage the spine forward. Maybe you can feel that. It's hard to demonstrate, it's hard to see, but it is quite subtle, and you can feel the length in the spine and a really nice stretch through the low back. And inhaling, slowly rise, and we're going to find a comfortable seat for just a few moments of a closing pranayama or Chandra Badana, which is a lunar variation of alternate nostril breathing. So we've done the alternate nostril breathing plenty of times in the past, and I'm sure long before that, you've done it. But you do this exactly the same way, only the inhales are always in through the left nostrils and the exhale is always out of the right nostril. So you make this nice, like left, sort of clockwise cycle of breath, which stimulates the lunar nadi of the body, stimulates that cooling, chill kind of like pattern of energy that flows through. So index finger and middle finger are going to rest between the eyebrows, right on that third eye space. Thumb to the outside of the right nostril, ring finger to the outside of the left nostril. And we just clear both airways first, breathing in and breathing out. Closing the right nostril, inhale left. Closing left, exhale right. Closing right, inhale left. Closing left, exhale right. Good. Go on your own a few times. So relaxing. Let's do one more round. After that out breath on the right nostril, setting the hands down, breathing through both nostrils really gently. The weight of the body pressing down, getting ready to ease into rest. In your own way, we're going to roll onto the back and just send the legs up to the sky. If you have a blanket or a block nearby, feel free to place that underneath the low back and send the legs up with a little bit of support. You don't need a block for this. You can just send your legs up with your back flat on the mat. Think about stacking the joints and the legs. The bones just kind of like sit atop one another. Anything stagnant, any dense energy of the legs sort of flows into back to the heart, the torso, and it just sort of gets like recycled and freshened up. And as that blood and fluid drains out of the feet and out of the legs, you can sort of feel a little bit of cooling sensation happening. And then taking it nice and slow, we're going to lower down, lift off the block, and set the seat down. Real quick here before Shavasana, drawing the right knee into the chest. So we're going to start with both knees bent, the feet flat on the floor, and then draw the right knee into the chest. Interlace in front of the right shin, flexing the foot, and then extend the heel up for a nice and easy hamstring stretch. You can crawl the arms up the leg to intensify that stretch. You can even grab for the big toe with the right peace fingers if you'd like. Beautiful. Plug the shoulders back towards the mat. And then on the exhale, very gently let go and let that leg land with the knee bent. Left knee into the chest, interlace in front of the shin, squeeze it in. And then press that heel up to the sky, holding onto the back of the thigh. And climb up to the calf. Or the left peace fingers can wrap around the big toe. And then very gently releasing, letting the leg land bent. And then everything extends outward for Shavasana. Let the breath be really effortless, calming to the point where you're almost barely breathing. So as we're flowing, I was reminded by this little passage in the Radiant Sutras, towards the end of the book, where there is some like it's less poetic. It's more just like these really wonderful like nuggets of wisdom, just back to back to back. And knowing that like heat can build in the body, obviously in the musculature and the physical body, but knowing that tension, a buildup of emotions, especially anger, that is all associated with an excess of pitta or an excess of heat in the body. And I just remember this invitation to welcome emotional release that I'm going to share with you. An intimate relationship with prana shakti, the energies of life, is like any relationship. You laugh and you cry. Therefore, welcome thoughts and emotional release as an intrinsic part of the process. Crying and laughing may not seem meditative, but they are cleansing, nourishing, and rejuvenating, and signs of healthy meditation. The heart and the chakras, the instinctive centers of the body, such as the sexual area, the solar plexus, the heart, throat, and head, get to reboot themselves and start afresh. Chronic muscular tension blocks the flow of prana and emotion in the body. And as you let go of that tension, you may find you have a backlog of emotions to tend to. Get good at this tending. If it's all too wild, work with a mentor who is adept at dealing with emotion. So just knowing that it's all part of the process, releasing both in the physical body and in the emotional, the energetic body is all part of like regulating heat in the body. And if you're feeling heat or really tense or even angry, just like step back and breathe through that and like study that with interest in yourself. There's no judgment, you know. And you can use any one of the cooling practices that we explored today. You can stay in rest this morning, or if you're ready to exit, return to your life, you could start some deep breaths now. Gentle movements to the body, pointing and flexing the feet, wiggling the fingers, rocking the head. And then stretching up overhead. Draw the knees in, roll to your side, and very gently press up to your easy seated pose, Sukhasana. Hands at heart center. Thank you so much for joining me today. It feels good to get back after taking that little break, and I hope you feel the same. Nice to come back after a little bit of a break. But I love you and I appreciate you. Let's honor each other and the practice with the closing invocation. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Final Om. Breath in, breath out. Namaste.